All Water Bass TV. What's up? Appreciate everybody for subscribing and staying tuned. I gained about 45 subscribers this month just going live. Figured I'd drop you another live, let y'all know about the semi-redneck stuff I'm getting into. So of course, we got another motor that doesn't fit on my boat, not even with the jack plate. So why not add some sketchy wood that will probably break off and leave my motor falling into the water. So that's the plan for now. Might give her a test rip like this, might change it up, might actually bolt the motor on. At the very least, and be moving this back, get a little bit more angle out of her. But this is my DFA 9.9. If anybody's seen my other lives or videos, I had an 8-horse Yamaha on this boat. It was pretty slow. It was actually painfully slow. It's a 1448 Polar Craft. Got a lot of extra weight added. Got some storage in the front. Anchors, life jackets. Got a nice wooden slash storage box that added a lot of weight. Got a wooden floor. It's a pretty thick plywood wooden floor. Coolers are empty, so that usually doesn't hinder me much. I don't usually bring them every time. Got a lot of heavy wood in the boat right here that came in the boat. I just kind of utilized what I had. This is wood as well. Got my battery for starting the motor. A Claire box for keeping things dry. Wiring for the radio that's not finished yet. Appreciate everybody for joining us also. So this is the Polar Craft. I just threw the Suzuki on there again. It's gonna need some work. The motor does run. We got some kind of fuel issue, so I pulled it out of the shed, threw it up here so I can take the outside cowling off and get to the fuel filter. I've had this motor for a while. It's very, very clean. In fact, I'd be using it almost every video, but it's got some sort of fuel issue. It'll run great. It runs on the hose, runs at the ramp, idles at the ramp. Every time I park my car and go out, I won't get too far. I'll shut it off. I'll go fishing, and it won't fire back up. So, as you can see from how clean it is, I'm not really sure what the deal is with it. But at the very least, we're going to be replacing the fuel filter. So I got to take this outer cowling off. And man, she's seen some battle scars from being lugged around and stuffed in the back of the car and put in the shed. Unfortunately, last owner must have had one of them fins on it. I didn't do this, but I got a really good deal on the motor, so that's not my style though, especially plugging it up with I think that's silicone. It's not even JB Weld. It's like rubbery. But anyway, I did take some damage to my transom. I don't know if you can see that crease, but it wasn't from overpowering. It was actually from the motor hitting the ground while I was moving the boat. So I tried to bend it back, but for now, I got a slight crease in the transom. Appreciate everybody for staying tuned. Now we got, what, 11 people in here. I also took some other damage to my transom. I don't know if you could see there and there. My corners are busted. So basically destroyed my stiff knee too. I bolted it back in there, but it used to sit flush, and I don't know if you could see, it literally got ripped. So she's hurting right now, but no leaks, still rides fine. Just got a little bit more angle to my transom than I would like. I don't know if you can see in the video, but again, I developed a crease about right there. I've tried to straighten it out. It straightened out a little bit, but every time I remove the wood that I straightened it out with, it bends right back to where it was at. So anyway, this is what we're messing with today. I just pulled this out of the shed, slapped it on there. You might have to give it a test rip. I know the angle's bad, but the height's pretty good. Now, the Yamaha 8-horse I had on here, these were out of the water. And I kept touching the motor here and here to see if it was getting hot. Seemed like it was running fine, but I was a little paranoid having these out of the water. I felt like I might be getting the motor a little bit too hot. I never noticed any overheating, but I was just messing around fishing anyway. Appreciate you guys tuning into the live. I'm gonna bust out some tools soon. I'm gonna get this off and I'm gonna show you what we're going after. She's clean under the hood too. I don't know what the deal is with this motor. She's real clean. I have not tried to mess with the fuel pump or the carb. I didn't want to get into that, especially with as clean as it is. I'm not a Suzuki expert, so I didn't want to mess anything up. This was an older motor. I would not be afraid to take the carb out, but this is what we're going after. The fuel filter right there. And as you can see, it's pretty far down in there. So probably going to take this outer cowling off to get to it. And assuming that fixes our problem, we'll be back on the water and give you all a lot more fishing content. We're going to be taking out the Suzuki. If anybody has no experience with these Suzukis, this particular one has a lot of torque and thrust for what it is. I've had a lot of 9.9s, 8 horse, similar small tillers. This is the strongest, most powerful motor I have had. I had this on a panhandle skiff similar to a Gnu. I'm telling you, I was getting at least 30 miles an hour and the trim was off by a lot. I have a feeling if it was probably anyway. But go ahead and bust out the tools. Appreciate everybody for checking in with me on Saltwater Bass TV. I'm on the way to 5,000 subscribers, hopefully. We just hit 3,500 not too long ago. And if you're just now tuning in, this is the 1448 Polar Craft I'm working on. Painted with oil-based paint. As you can see, it's coming off a little bit there. I got some battle scars from hitting the dock, mangroves, barnacles right there. But most of it is pretty rugged. Cleaned up the aluminum trailer good. Put these IP7 LEDs on there. So that's the update on the 1448 Polar Craft. Still not sure what year this DFA is. If you have one and you know what year it is, drop a comment. I couldn't find much with the serial number, but basically most of my C had up here. Mine's got the shifter built in here. So if you got the same thing, drop a comment. Let me know what years yours is. Alright, so I'm going after the fuel filter. About to go grab the tools. Appreciate everybody for staying tuned. If you want to check out some of my shorts, some of my long form content, appreciate that. And if you want to drop a sub, I'd appreciate that too.